What's up, guys, and welcome back to my winter car. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we installed a new skid plate, racing seat, harness, steering wheel, and fire extinguisher into our Revette, so we're 100% ready to compete in the rally. What we need to do today, though, is try to make this thing a little bit more competitive. Now, if it seems like the episodes are starting to get a little bit shorter than they used to, there's a perfectly good explanation for that. We've basically just reached a point in the game now where we have to do a lot more waiting around. Whether that's waiting for Fleetari to install or fix something on the car, or we're just waiting for more parts to show up in the mail. It sucks. It really does suck for content, but there's really not much else that we can do while we wait, you know, that hasn't already been seen or done in previous episodes. And today is going to be another one of those days where we're going to do some more waiting, because we're going to kick things off by ordering some more parts. I don't want to get too carried away with our parts purchase today, since we are only just competing in the Junior Cup rally. Then we'll be able to move up to the big boy stages. I would like to make it look a little bit cooler. We have this chin spoiler, or we have this one for 325 marks. I think I'm going to go with the one for 325 because it might line up with the body kit a little bit better as well. So we want these skirts and we want these fender arches. I've toyed with the idea of doing the window louvers. I think that's what those are called. But I think we're going to skip that for the time being. And again, I think we're going to skip out on the Cosworth-esque rear spoiler deal. We can get that later. We can definitely get that later. And wheels too. We'll probably do that for the, you know, higher up league or higher up stage of rally racing. Don't need anything on that page. Don't need anything on that page. Just extra weight. And then again, I'm hoping that we're gonna be able to be competitive with stock suspension for the Junior Cup. If not, we'll of course purchase these. But I'm really crossing my fingers that we're gonna be all right. I don't want the mud flaps either. I think those look super tacky. We're gonna immediately upgrade to the 1100 mark radiator with the fan. Oh, and you know what? Then we can remove the fan off of our water pump pulley as well. Is it too much caffeine or was it not enough caffeine? No, I don't even know. We'll save the fuel cell as well, and then we'll save the flywheel stuff too. Ooh, okay, so exhaust. This bit has been kind of confusing to me. I think this pipe here is really just like a side exit exhaust, which I don't think we need. So for now, I'm just going to purchase this one and this one. And then on the next page, we're going to get this muffler. It might even be smart to run exhaust without a muffler too, because, you know, better flow or whatever, but we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. And then we already have the arguably the best set of headers that, surprisingly enough, do pass inspection, these ceramic headers there. So that's it. I didn't calculate how much this is going to cost whatsoever, but we'll throw it in the sorbet and bring it on into Psk to drop it in the mailbox. You know what? On second thought, let's wait to drop this off in the morning, because I kind of have another errand that I'd like to run as well. Should have done it last night. I really regret sleeping now. We woke up at the butt crack of dawn. It's only a little past 1 a.m. So we'll go drop this off, and then of course we're gonna have to do some more just waiting around. You know what? I know you guys can't see it out there, but I do have the trailer full of wood again. So maybe we'll do a firewood delivery in the meantime. We've got to get this envelope dropped off first before we can even worry about what we're going to do next. Last time I had to turn it around like this because it just didn't quite fit in there. There we go. Okay. It's taking its sweet time. And then while we're here, I'm gonna grab some more chips as well, just so we don't end up going hungry. It's still way too dang early in the morning for us to run that other errand that I wanted to run. But thankfully, we've got these 2 firewood deliveries that we can tackle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do probably just one of those. And by the time we finish that, the place that I wanna go to, no spoilers, should be open. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it's too early to make the drop. I'm gonna go put some diesel in the tractor and we'll come back. Well, I went and refueled the tractor. Now we're back at Bro's house, but Bro ain't here. So it looks like we're gonna be doing some more waiting. It is almost 8 a.m. I feel like I'm a pretty chill person. You know, I'm generally a pretty positive person, but this game is so good at crushing your spirit. Thankfully, we didn't end up having to wait very long. It was like 8:10, 8:15, and he showed up. Now, I was gonna run the tractor back to the house and grab the sorbet to head to Fleetari's, but we're already so close to his shop, I think I'm just gonna take the tractor there instead. This might have been a waste of fuel, but we do still have a full jerry can in the back, so I'm not really that worried about it. Fleetari, hey! How's our favorite guy? You ready to make some more money off us today? Great. So what I want to purchase is the 2-barrel carburetor because, again, this, you know, leaves some room for improvements for the better, more difficult rally stage. So we'll be holding off on that for the time being. I do want to get a high-performance fuel pump and a high-performance alternator as well. This is going to be, yeah, kind of costly, but we've got to do it, don't we, Fleetari? 3,800 marks. Thank you so much. Hey, enjoy that cigarette. Keep using that piston head as an ashtray. It's a good look for you. Since the other parts that we've ordered haven't arrived yet, rather than heading back home and installing this stuff right meow, I think I'm gonna wait until those other things do arrive, and we'll spend some time doing another firewood delivery. It's gonna be so much fun. I just made it back home, and I think I'm gonna have to take like a mid-afternoon nap before I do the next firewood delivery. I'll set the alarm clock too, so I don't oversleep or anything, but our fatigue is through the roof, and I really don't think it should be going up that quickly unless we're just extremely overweight, and it looks like we are, so that's cool. You know what, that checks out though. I mean, at this point we are exclusively eating potato chips because it's just the most convenient food in the game, apart from sausages too, but you know, we kind of took the power out of the refrigerator and whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap and then run some firewood.
Many minutes later.
It is finally time for us to pick up the rest of our parts here at Psk, as long as Marguerite has them. And I really hope that it doesn't cost more than... You don't have them yet. Okay, you know what? No problem. No problem. I'll go sit in the parking lot and wait some more. It's exactly what I wanted to do. After waiting in the parking lot for 2 hours, in-game hours of course, she still didn't have our package. So I decided to head back to the apartment, which surprisingly enough, we still somehow have access to. And I took a little nap. So surely now, she's gonna have it ready for us. Come on, Marjorie, give me the good news. Okay, perfect. Now, I just hope that it doesn't cost more than 10,000 marks, because that's literally all the money that we have after draining our bank account. 3132. That's really not that bad. We've got 7,200 marks left over. Marjorie, thank you so much. You are an absolute legend. And if you guessed that now is time for me to take my lunch break, you would be right. So give me an hour, and when I'm finished eating, we'll start getting this stuff installed.
1 hour later.
It's time. The moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, maybe just me. Let's first start by unboxing this Amos order. Ooh, look at that radiator, dude. That's not supposed to be stuck in the ceiling, I don't think. She's shining. She's really shining. I'm glad that we went with the one with the fan on it too, because I feel like if we're able to remove the one that's currently on our water pump pulley, I think it'll take a little bit of stress off of our engine. You know what I'm saying? It could be good. Could be good for us. I don't want to start with that though. We got to start with something a little bit cooler. The exhaust is very cool, but that's going to take a little bit longer. I want to see what this front chin spoiler is going to look like. Uh-oh. Don't tell me. Okay. Wait a minute. That looks horrendous. That looks so bad. I was really excited for that one too. What a letdown. I mean, yeah, it kind of extends the chin of the vehicle, but I think it would look a lot better without the GT bumper. It might have some bolts that kind of hold it in place, but let's see how that pairs with these side skirts. This might be the other side? It is. Okay, it totally is. I like how it sort of lowers the body of the vehicle without us needing to actually lower the suspension. You know what I'm saying? And it's not much. It's maybe, what, 2 inches? Oh, I see some bolts in there. Okay, so that front bumper chin spoiler thing probably has some bolts holding it on as well. I just don't like it. I wish I did. I wish I did. It just doesn't seem like it's really meant for the facelift version of the Revette, unfortunately. We'll slap a side skirt on the opposite side, looking nice. And then we can throw on these flares. Okay, so rear left. It's gonna be this side. That guy's gotta go there. I like how these look together, at least. Since we don't really have very cool looking wheels, and they're kind of sunk in, it does seem a bit odd to have such big arch covers like this. But maybe once we get some different wheels on here, some different shoes with maybe a little bit more offset, it could look halfway decent. Right now, I think it looks super goofy, but that's pretty on brand for us, I feel like. I definitely do want to see what they look like resprayed, though. So we'll do this before we even bolt any of these things on there. That's good. Wish we had a little bit more daylight to work with at the moment, but... Oh. Empty? Empty. Okay, on to the next. I brought the tractor around the back side of the garage and left the lights on. That way we can actually see what we're doing in here. And the fitment looks pretty whack. I'm not gonna lie, it still looks pretty whack. Maybe even worse now that the light's shining on it. I wasn't able to find any sort of like fasteners for the fender flares, so not really sure how we're gonna be able to secure those to the body, but these, for the side skirts, are an 11 mil. Yeah, it's still gonna let us take that off. I wonder, is it behind the bumper potentially? Nope. Not seeing anything back there. Maybe there's some adhesive holding it on, something that we just can't see, but we'll finish up the rest of these 11 mils on the side skirts and probably move on to the exhaust next. Here's the old front section of the exhaust. I want to say this is the new, I mean, it does say pipe front on it, right? So it's pretty much gotta be. But there's no resonator or muffler or whatever that big thing is on this one. It's pretty much just a straight pipe. And then that is no longer a 7 mil. Okay, we'll try an 8. It is an 8. And then up here should be an 8? Not anymore. Unless we just need to access it from the top. I think, yeah, I think that's what we had to do last time. Let's grab an 8 again, and we'll try it from the top ropes, I guess. Nope. Not an 8. It's an 11. And we don't have to access it from the engine bay. You can do it. You can do it from down under mine. So, now that we have that piece connected, let's grab... Oh, wait. We've still got the big, old, or I guess original section in here. So let's try a 8 again? Maybe on this? Nope, that's not right. These 2 bolts here are 7s. And then I think the one at the rear end of the vehicle is an 8. Maybe. No. Might not be close enough to it, though. We'll just bring this up here and try it again. It's a 9. It is a 9. We just undid that, I think, during the previous episode. And you'd think that I'd be able to remember that, right? But for you guys, that was, what, 2 days ago? For me, that was several days ago. We'll put that one off to the side and grab our brand spanking new pipe. I had it the wrong way around before. It's supposed to go this way. There it is. Okay, so you are still a 9. That's good. And that might be a 7. Those might be a 7. Let's see. Nope. They're 8s now. I don't know why. I'm not really sure why the bolt size seems to change when we're just swapping parts around. Oh yeah, we already tightened that one. Okay, well, cool. We've got nearly the entire exhaust done then. We'll just have to grab this here muffler. Get that sucker slapped on there. And this is also an 8. Convenient. Is there anything else holding that thing on there? Nope. Doesn't look like it. All right. Exhaust finished. Moving on to the radiator. Of course, before we can get the freshie installed, we're going to have to remove the old one. And before we can remove the old one, we're going to have to remove the upper and lower radiator hoses. I wonder if we'd be able to drain the coolant from the old radiator into the new one. No. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. Also, I need a drink really, really bad. So let's do that before we install that brand spanking new one. I should also mention that I do intend to test this sucker after we're finished working on it. I don't just want to end off the episode bolting a bunch of stuff up and not even moving it under its own power. You know, I feel like that would be super lame, and I definitely think I've done that too many times in the past. So I'm gonna try to make it worth your while. You know what I mean? You've watched this far into the episode. Our new radiator bolts in the same way as the old one did, with 4 10 mils. I've also gone ahead and reinstalled our upper and lower radiator hoses, but I'm pretty sure that we need to wire up this new fan. I'm guessing it's gotta go from the fuse box to the fan. Oh, main connector. Is that right? Did I do a good thing? No, I actually don't see any wires. Okay, so let's try from main connector to battery positive. Also no. Oh. It's battery positive to main connector. And then is that the only one? If this were IRL, you'd definitely want like a relay or something in there too. Maybe we can pretend that there's one in there. That's why I figured we'd have to go from the fuse box, but I don't know. Let's try. Oh, now we can't even use the main connector. Okay, so that's got to be it then. Just that one wire. I'm gonna add some fresh coolant to our brand spanking new radiator. Look at the text through the grill too. It looks so sick. I wish it were an intercooler. I wish we could do a freaking turbski on this sucker, but we're not doing any mods for this playthrough. Maybe next time, right? If there is a next time. And then once this thing is filled up, I think I'm gonna remove the old fan that we have on the water pump pulley, and we'll move on to maybe like the high performance fuel pump and high performance alternator. Not really sure why we would need a high performance alternator, I guess, but it couldn't hurt. Is that coolant? I'm definitely seeing something leaking. Why is it leaking? Did I not screw in? Hang on. Did I not screw in the radiator hoses tight enough? That's totally fine. Dude, is it leaking out of the thermostat housing? I gotta admit, I don't love that this is happening to us right now. That's nice and tight. That's nice and tight. And this one, also nice and tight. So, did I just overfill it somehow? Well, that sucks. Hang on, let me unscrew the cap. And if we look at this, it's showing full. I don't think we're really gonna know what the problem is until we start the vehicle, potentially. Wait, did it stop? No, still going. Wishful thinking. Okay, on to the next stuff, I guess. I gotta be honest, for this being a high performance alternator, it really doesn't look all that different from the original one. But now that we have that one 11 mil tightened on the back, oh, you know what? Before we get our screwdriver out, we're gonna have to grab this guy, our fan belt. Even though it doesn't run a fan anymore, we've got E-fans. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn that a little bit, huh? Gotta go this way just a tad, make sure it's not gonna stretch our belt out. There we are. And then now that we have that done, we'll lean back in here and go as far to the left as we can possibly go. Right there, and then 1, 2 clicks of the mouse wheel to the other, or in the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right. So that's the alternator now taken care of. What about this fuel pump? Pretty much the same thing that we currently have? Yes. Ooh, but now it's got a red hose on it. And we all know red means fast. Just 2 7mm bolts holding the original one on there. And now it looks like we're gonna do 2 more 7mm to put the new one in. Red hose is connected to the fuel filter, and that reconnected to the carb. Oh yeah, dude, we still need to do the carb. And I'm gonna put all of our old parts over here on the shelf just so I don't get them confused. The demons keep moving the car around, and it's really starting to make me upset. I wish it would just stay put, you know? How hard is that? Let's check this sucker out though, see what we're working with. Oh, okay, so that's what they mean by 2-barrel. I understand now. Whereas the one we currently have just has 1 barrel. Kind of lame. Kind of lame. This one should hopefully give us a little bit more horse puppies. So that was... Oh, well, we've got to do the 7 first, which we already have. We've got to remove this air filter, air cleaner. Throw that thing over there. And then it should be 9s, I think. This does unfortunately mean that we're going to have to readjust our AFR all over again. Does it have... Let me grab my screwdriver. Does it have just 1 adjustment screw, or are there 2 now? How's this work? Wait, what the heck? Oh, that's the... Yeah, that's the heater hose. I see 1 adjustment screw over here, and I think that's the only one. Yeah, it looks like that's it. Okay, so that's not too terribly difficult. And somehow the original airbox seems to work with this new carb. Are we still leaking? We're still leaking. I wonder if it's the hose. Let me check this again too and just make sure that it hasn't lost any fluid whatsoever. Maybe it is the hose. It's always the hose, am I right? Sorry. We're gonna see what our AFR is looking like with just a quick crank. A quick turnover. Okay. That seems kind of low. Let's, shoot, man. Oh, I don't even have my dang screwdriver. Hang on. We'll grab this. take a seat again, and we'll just kind of lean in here. I know it's not super realistic, but cry about it, I guess. I don't know. We'll just screw it up a couple times. That might be the wrong direction. Take the key out, put the key back in. That was 100% the wrong direction. Okay, how about now? 9.5, it's getting better. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. We'll stick with 4. How about now? 10? I think it needs to be like in between 10 and 12 to have like a good start. And this, again, keep in mind, this is with the choke out as well. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, maybe just 3. How we looking now? 11. 2 more. 2 more down. I'm feeling good about this. Okay, we're probably gonna need a new battery though. I'm gonna take a seat, and here we go. I'm a pro now, dude. I'm a pro. What can I say? I'm not a pro. Don't give me that. AFR is obviously still pretty, what is that? Rich? Yeah, still pretty rich. But the choke is out. When we push the choke back in, it should go a little bit more lean. So we'll wait for the vehicle to warm back up. And I'm gonna inspect that leak a little bit as well. Okay. It could be oil. Our leak could definitely be oil. But how, though? That doesn't make any sense to me. Also, in theory, our radiator fan should kick on when we reach operating temp. Right? What are we at right meow? Okay, she's getting there. She's getting there. We'll keep an eye on it. Oil pressure seems scarily low. I'm a little nervous at the moment, not gonna lie. I mean, we have more oil if we just want to put more oil in it, but that's not gonna stop the leak. Is it still leaking? Yep, sure is. Great, awesome, love that for us. I think I'm ready to push the choke in, and we'll see if it idles. Okay, 15.3. That's not great, but it's also not quite up to operating temp everywhere. We'll wait for this to be like right in the middle. That looks pretty good. Let's check our fan. Is she spinning? She's not spinning. Just kicked on. Just kicked on. Okay. We're good. Do we still have a leak? We still have a leak though. We still haven't sorted that issue, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. We will definitely figure that out. So now that it's up to operating temp, looks like oil temp is good too. We're hanging out right around like the 14, like low 14s is the last thing I saw. Okay, so I really want to change our rev limiter too. But it's a little, okay, we might even be able to lean it out a little bit more. The garage is a little too dark to adjust our rev limiter at the moment, but this seems decent anyways. Do I dare bounce it off rev limiter? We might even be able to richen it up even more. I hate how it's so like, the AFR is so bouncy. So we'll go down 2 more clicks there. Ooh, I'm seeing a 14. Ooh, and some 15s in there. But when we're on throttle, it's not that bad. It's just like at idle. It's maybe a little too rich. Dude, it sounds different. I mean, I would hope so, right? We've got an entirely new exhaust system put on it. That leak! I've gotta figure out what that is, like, for sure. Let's check the Earl again. Reach on in here and grab this dipstick. It doesn't really seem like it's gone down that much more. I don't know. It is very scary, though. I think before we go out and test drive this thing, now that we're semi-confident in it, I mean, minus the leak, I'm gonna save. I've got to save. I could hardly sleep last night. I was just way too excited for this. And by last night, I mean this morning. I only slept for about 2 hours just so we'd be able to do this maiden voyage during daytime hours. But since our oil level does seem to be a bit low, I'm gonna unscrew our oil fill cap here and just top it up a little bit, you know, make sure we've got plenty of Earl in here. That was short-lived. Bottle's empty already. We'll grab the other one. This is why we bought 2 bottles, you know? Cause I knew that this was gonna happen. Wait a minute. Dude, our leak disappeared overnight. That's good news, but I wonder if it was just like a visual bug since we removed the radiator, potentially. It's not super important. What is super important, though, is me getting these doors shut so we don't waste a bunch of heat in the garage. And we'll strap in, take her for Maiden Voyage Part 2, I guess, because we kind of already did that once. But back then, it wasn't rally ready. Actually, you know what? We got to do one other thing, too, before we set off here. I wanted to adjust our rev limiter real quick. The wiki claims that we should be good up to like 8,800 RPM. And I'm gonna play it even more safe at like 8,500. I feel like that's a smart idea, maybe. We definitely don't want to rev it all the way out to 9 grand though. That, I mean, shoot, our tack doesn't even go that high. All right, here we go. I'm still using keyboard and mouse to drive as well, if anyone was curious. I'd like to try to do the rally with keyboard and mouse. Whoa, okay. Yeah, she's got a little bit more pep in her step. I'd like to try to do the rally at least 1 or maybe 2 times with keyboard and mouse. If it's absolutely god-awful, then I'll get my Xbox controller all set up to, you know, shift gears and whatnot. I don't want to do like a mock rally right now either. I want our first attempt to be a true first attempt. So I'm not gonna, you know, see how stable it is in the corners or anything really. I just want to get out to the ice road here so we can do sort of a top speed check. Oh my god, I just glanced down at our fuel gauge thinking it was our coolant temp. I thought that sucker was maxed out. Yikes. All right, right up here. We're gonna start from a dig on the ice, since it's the slipperiest surface that we could encounter here. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna like neutral drop it though. I care about our clutch too much. Okay, I was about to say she's hooking up, and then we lost it. Let me try that again, but not from a dig. Obviously, that's not really the best idea in a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Oh, and I want my, yeah, dashboard lights to be on. All right, here we go. Try to find a gear that's not slippery. Do we need more sandbags? The car can't be that light. Shoot, dude, maybe we will have to get our controller set up. Because I can't like feather the throttle with keyboard, you know? We have to like short shift if we wanna get power to the ground. Okay, now though? Now I can say it does feel faster than the Sorbet. Yeah, we're topping her out in 3rd gear. Oh, speaking of topping her out, hang on. Just make sure our brakes are working okay. I wish we had power brake lines too. I really wanted to run the, you know, brake booster, but let's see how our rev limiter sounds now. We'll come to a complete stop, and then maybe let's turn this down because that's a little loud. Here we go. I don't love that it doesn't bounce off the limiter because our tac max is out at 7. But hopefully it's good. Oh no, okay. Yep, didn't sleep long enough. Didn't sleep long enough. Well, on that note, ladies and gents, next episode, granted it's Thursday currently, so we're gonna have to kill some more time, unfortunately. But next episode, mark my words, we're gonna be taking part in the Junior Cup Rally. And it's my understanding that it operates, oh, okay, we're getting foggy. It operates a little bit differently this time around, so I'm really curious to see what that's all about. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.